The turf sprint will be run over the same layout as the juvenile version. And as with that one, closers and those drawn outside that don't have early speed are up against it. The case of you is a nicely developing 3-year-old, and his last makes him a fit on number power. But he's been running on straight courses, and it's a lot tougher coming from behind when there's a turn, a short stretch, and a big field. Arrest Me Red is also a 3-year-old, and he does have early speed, but he hasn't run fast enough to have a shot here. Ward runners don't tend to develop much from their first couple of efforts in a campaign, and this one has already developed 5 points from his 2-year-old top, so that could be it for now. Bombard has early speed and is a borderline fit on numbers, but as unsound horses get further into a campaign, they are more likely to run poorly than run the new top this one needs, and he is 8 years old. And Maradiana is another with figures that make her borderline competitive, but she's another who's been running down straightaways and should be at a disadvantage here. Fast Boat has a couple of efforts this year where they give him a real shot, and we would really like him over a different layout. We do note that the best race of his life came at this distance in June of last year, but he will have to work out a trip coming from off the pace. Gear Jockey has gotten way better this year, especially recently, when they shortened him up to sprints. He could bounce off that last one, but with 2 months rest he doesn't have to, especially the way he's been improving. Okay. Glass Slippers ran the race of her life to win this last year, the only time she ran on Lasix. She won't get it this time. Her pattern going in is much worse, and her best might not be good enough. Golden Pow was precocious, and precocious horses develop less over time. This one would need to improve from his recent numbers, and Ward horses also don't tend to do that with racing, so he's not for us. On the other hand, Kamari is the kind of Ward runner we do like, the kind that is fresh and has already run fast enough to win. It is not clear whether she's better on dirt or just better this year, but Ward could have gone in either dirt sprint, and instead he's worked her 5 straight times on grass and is going here. We like this filly to run well off the layoff, but she's another that will have to work out a trip. Lieutenant Dan got better at 4 and even better this year as they have kept him sprinting. He clearly has soundness issues and could go south again as he gets further into a campaign, but he has early speed, and all 3 of his efforts this year make him a player. The Critical Way has plenty of figures to make him a contender if he draws in, though he will have to deal with a very tough post. The draw didn't do much to clarify the turf sprint. We're going to use Lieutenant Dan and Kamari and the Critical Way if he draws in, since he has more early speed than most inside him. But really, this one is organized chaos and will come down to trips and racing luck, so we don't have a strong opinion.